What up, you guys? It's Swarm3 from Swarm3 Productions, and in today's video, I'm gonna bring you guys a little review to the Executioner. He's a card that recently dropped to Clash Royale. It's a big card that dropped. A lot of people have a lot of controversy, whether it be his range or his actual ability. So I want to talk to you guys about that. Give you some good and bad to him because a lot of people I've seen already have gotten the Executioner and they've got it already to level 1, 2, 3. I've seen a couple level 4s like in the top arenas, like Legendary Arena and all that. So I want to talk to you guys about how good the actual execution is and how bad, what are his good and bad parts to him, or what are his advances and his disadvantages. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Give it a thumbs up if you guys do, and let's get right into it. All right, so his first major good, or thumbs up, I should say, his major good ability is that he has area damage. Now, like other cards like Princess, Wizard, and all that, they have area damage, which pretty much means they do splash. So that's a good thing, especially because for a card to do splash is not so commonly found in Clash Royale. So that's a big thumbs up. So like I said, I believe his area damage is 106 times 2. So that's a really big number, especially for a card to do a 106 to do it forward and back to throw his axe. So it's actually pretty crazy. That's actually a significant number of actual area damage. Another big thing that I actually did find was really good with him was his hit speed, because like I said, we don't want too much nerfing into the card, or we don't want a lot of changes to go on into the card, because if we were to, let's say for example, have his hit speed at let's say for example 2 or 1.9, like really low in the ones area, then they would have to nerf him a lot, so then it wouldn't make him as a good card and nobody would probably use him. Then they're gonna make some really unnecessary changes to the card, and no one's probably gonna use it. Like they're probably gonna buff up his hit or something, and it doesn't really correlate well. Another really good thing about him is that he targets air and ground. That's probably a basic or like a really common thing, or even obvious thing to spot. Really, it's something good like that when you have a troop that targets both air and ground, because you have the sky and you have the ground. So like, if you have any tank troops like the lava hound or anything like that, like a giant golem, anything like that, or a balloon, you're pretty much set. Another good thing is that you can actually pair him with tanky cards. Like for example, if you're running golem or golem balloon, lava hound, stuff like that, he can target the minion hordes or like the skeleton army or anything of that nature, so that not only is the card protected, but at the same time he could be that extra card that you could throw down, so that you don't have to use your princess or any other card to that into that card. You know what I mean? You don't have to place another card in for that one. You know what I'm trying to say? So basically, it has a lot of necessities and it has a lot of advantages. Now let's talk about some disadvantages. One disadvantage I found, and a lot of people probably think it's not like it should be that thing, is his range. His range is 5 tiles, which I kind of believe that should be where it should be, like a 5-tile range, because we don't want it to be too OP. Like we don't want like another princess running around here, because the princess has 9-tile range, and 9-tile range is a lot. But the thing is, she has a lot of health decrease. She has, I believe, like 212 health, so that's not like a really big upset or a really big devastation, because people can pretty much log her or fireball her, or even sometimes just pretty much arrow her or zap her away. So it's not like a big thing. Another bad thing is when it comes to actually being the person trying to defend a big buff card. For example, if your opponent is using a golem or balloon, lava hound, stuff like that, it doesn't really do well, because the executioner is there to do the splash. Whereas if he's going to target one individual troop, is not going to do as good damage as him defending skeleton army or minion horde, or something of that nature. So like I said, he's probably not the best one to be pairing with if you have let's say so basically he's not good to be a stopper of tanking troops, because something like that, you'd probably need more like skeleton army, minion horde like that to stop a giant tanky card. Another bad thing I did find was, I mean, some people might not agree with me on this one, but that he's an epic. Because if you think about it, yes, I mean, he should be an epic, because it's going to be more difficult for people to get, and he is like a really valued troop. But at the same time, it's like, if he was like a common in a sense, he would have needed more cards to get to where he's at, to level him up. but at the same time, we don't want him going level 14 and going ham on all like the troops and everything. So I mean, that's a good thing they did, but also a bad thing because like epics are not really easy to come by, especially when you're like in high arenas and stuff like that. Because sometimes your free chest or like your silver chest and stuff like that are not always gonna have epics in it. Another bad thing I did find was elixir. So basically, what I did in my research, what he's 5 elixir, right? Basically, 5 elixir is not really to be like one of those cycling card decks or anything to have like a cycle with like a hog or anything. But I mean, people work it whether they use the pump or they're really smart with their deployments and everything. So he's not really like a card to, I guess you could say, have in the front lines or have like constantly flowing because 5 elixir is not going to do you well. Because let's say you throw a hog, it's 4. Then you throw the executioner, that's 5. So you're at 9 already. It's not really likely if you're going to have like a fireball or arrows ready just like that. So it's a lot of ups and downs, whether what you're facing or what you're dealing with, because it's not like the card in general you're gonna have to worry about. It's just like what's up ahead, because like I said, it's not you can't always predict everything, but at the same time you want to have an open mind and kind of know what your opponent has before he does about you. So basically, what I'm trying to get at is just try to like be smart with how you're using the executioner, and all that, because a lot of plays can be like you're falling or you're uprising into the game. So overall, my opinion on the executioner, like I believe he's a really really good card when it comes to his ability and everything, because we don't have like, I guess you could say, like a moving Valkyrie. Like we didn't have anything to, I guess, throw range and cover a lot of splash, because I feel like that was a one big key component left out in Clash Royale in general, because we had like a lot of range troops or melee troops, for example, but we didn't have a much of like, I guess you could say, a ranged area splash. I mean, we had like the witch and the wizard and the princess and all that, but they're not really considered something just to be on like on the same page of the actual executioner. So I mean, that's a really different way of looking at it. So overall, if I had the executioner, I'd love to make videos on him, because I know you guys like the executioner, and I love to like show you guys how to use it properly and all that, because I know a lot of people either have them or don't, but they want to see some gameplays and all that. So I want to see in the near future if I actually can get some gameplays of it or anything of that nature, because like I said, I want to make sure that I can give you guys like helpful tips and all that, so you guys like know how to use it correctly. And I just got 2-starred by some guy with a Royal G. Like that's what I'm trying to get at, because if I had Royal G, he had Royal G, and if I screw that up, basically it doesn't end up in your favor. So let's go for one more live battle. And I feel like in the recent or in the upcoming events, I feel like the executioner is probably going to get a nerf, whether it be his hit points or his hit points or overall damage, because he can't really, because I did the math and he did 670. He has 670 hit points. If you compare that with a level 9 tower, that takes about 7 hits to give or take, for the actual tower to get rid of it. And it's not easy to get rid of something with like 7 hits, with like, look at a golem, like that thing takes forever to get rid of. You know what I mean? So I'm actually kind of like expecting when the Goblin Gang drop, like maybe they're gonna do some sort of nerf or buff, but we're gonna have to wait and see, because I'm actually kind of curious myself as to see where they're actually going with Executioner, because we don't know as a community what Clash Royale is planning, because they're probably gonna have some sort of like whole plan for having the Executioner either being the most used card or like not even the most used card at all. So like I said, we're gonna have to just wait and see, because it's always like that waiting game with Clash Royale or Supercell in general, because they're not really gonna just like tell us everything on the fly. We're either gonna have to guess or just make assumptions about it, or just find like a Reddit post and just go off that. So yeah, hopefully they do something that's either good in our favor or something that we could actually have a good, I guess, feedback on, because like I said, like a lot of cards were nerfed like in the recent update, like the Elite Barbs, Archers, Log, the Wizard got a buff though. What else? I mean, a lot of cards were either nerfed or buffed, so we really should expect maybe like a new update that either could buff up some cards or maybe a couple nerfs here and there. But we overall should see something that should benefit every Clash Royale player, whether it be with the small cards or the big cards. For example, I remember in one update, I think they nerfed the Hog for damage, but still, I mean, I love the Hog. I still use it. Like, it's a good card, nothing, it's not like a crazy card, like you just get it to the tower, it will do work, you know what I mean? But like I said, we're just gonna have to wait and see because it's not like we could just expect to have, this card in our favor or in like the best of our abilities because Supercell just loves keeping us waiting and they always want to like just build up the hype. Hopefully we could maybe see a good result or even good feedback on the Goblin Gang that's about to drop, and I believe no, it's not gonna drop. No, the next card that's gonna drop is the battering battering ram. There we go, and then the Goblin Gang drops. So hopefully we actually see good feedback in both the battling ram or battering ram. I can't tell, and the Goblin Gang because the Goblin Gang has three Spear Gobs and three regular Goblins. So hopefully they can have some good feedback on it. Because a lot of the new cards that are dropping in Clash Royale are either seen as bad or not as really as good because, like, for example, the Mega Minion, everybody loves the Mega Minion because of its ability and everything. But also, a lot of people are not liking, for example, like the Electro Wizard because it gets so annoying with the tower and it gets so annoying to its stopping and how to actually counter and everything. So hopefully we could just find good, more positive feedback in the Clash Royale community, whether it be with the new cards or updates or anything. So I'm gonna keep you guys posted on that. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm gonna catch you guys in my next video. Make sure to leave a like if you guys enjoy. If you guys want to see more reviews on the cards or anything, whether they drop or not. And it's been Swarm, guys. Later.